Dee 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 dee. Keto living is the life for me. Coffee, cooking, and recipes. Spending my days with my doggies. So be a sport. Set your alarm for Wednesdays for the Warden's Report.
Welcome to the Warden Report. Another week. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Who knows what this week will bring? I'm trying to think ahead if we have anything interesting going on for the next week. And I can't think of anything at the moment. We might be going to the farmer's market on Saturday. Not sure yet. Heath has some exciting things going on right now. So make sure you go watch his MS journey. But something exciting today, and then on the 1st he has something exciting, so fingers crossed that the best of the best happens. So I'm super excited, y'all. So it is Wednesday. Thank y'all who are watching the prior Warden Report. I'm loving the comments as always. I look forward to them so much. So I just want to say thank you, and if you're new here, go ahead, give me a thumbs up, y'all. Really, like, right now is the perfect time to hit thumbs up, and then we'll get into this wonderful week. And if you're new here, hit subscribe, because we got all kinds of crazy content that we put out. You just never know. But generally, the Warden Report, Heath's MS journey is multiple sclerosis journey. So if you know anybody that has multiple sclerosis, definitely suggest that, because he gives some good insight on how he's treating his. And then we try to put out a recipe video or two and just have fun with it. And then we go live every Friday night for the Friday night feast. And we have so much fun, not only figuring out what we're going to make for that week, which is always fun, especially during BBBE, but we also, the best part is chatting with all of y'all. So I always get super excited on our Friday nights. So yes, it is Wednesday. Here's my first cup of coffee. It's actually now 12:41, but I started this coffee at 11. And this is why I said before, sometimes I break one cup, 16 ounces, into two, because sometimes I just don't finish the first one. But with this container here, which if you follow the link to our tea store, whatever it is. Anyways, we get $1 if you order one of them, but it is a metal tumbler with a screw-on lid. And
playing from office.
Sorry. And my coffee, an hour and a half later, is still warm. It's not hot, but it is warm. And so I think that says something. And it does have a little lid here. So when I knew I had to kind of be away for a while, it was like a good 30 minutes, I put that on there so that hopefully it would keep the heat longer. And it did. So I'm happy about that. But I love a screw-on lid. There is another lady I saw recently in one of the Halloween groups, and she makes some gorgeous tumblers, like gorgeous Halloween tumblers. However, they're all the push lids. And she's like, oh, I said, do you ever do screw-on lids? And she's like, oh, no. But these push lids, they stay on well. I mean, maybe I just have a bad experience, but every push lid I get, it worked great for a while, and then all of a sudden it starts failing. And I have several of them that the lids just start kind of slow, you put it on, and then over an hour, it starts slowly popping out. Do y'all have any fix for that? Or is it just me? Or do I have to go find new lids when that starts happening? It's kind of sad, because I do have some good tumblers I like, but I hate that. And so, yeah, kind of sad. But anyways, that is what's going on. So, I thought I was going to share something I just learned. And let me know, comment below, if you've already been doing this, if you've heard about it. It's called Surfing the Urge. So, I listened to a variety of podcasts, and basically what they were saying is there's a way to basically anything that would be some type of urge, whether it's an emotional urge like anxiety, or if it's a food related one, or smoking, any of those habits, you know, that you have an urge, a craving, right? It's called surfing the urge. So just like the word surfing, you're going to ride it out. I thought this was really interesting because I know a lot of us deal with food addictions, and they said they did this with smokers and they had good results, and they also did it with people when it came to a sweet addiction, which I know some of us have it. So basically what you do, I'm going to sum up the TED Talk or whatever it was I listened to. You acknowledge the craving. We're going to do this food because I know a lot of us have food addictions. You're going to acknowledge the craving you're having. Okay, I see. I really want this, whatever it is. Then you take breath. So breathing is very important. So you take breath and breathe it out. Let the anxiety, that craving, kind of just like breathe that out and say, you know what? I don't need to have that right now. And you put it off. And they say that basically putting off that urge, that waiting, that your body, your mind basically learns to forego whatever that craving is. And I thought it was just really interesting how she did it. So how they would do that with the sweet is they had to carry around candy with them, but they couldn't touch any of it. Or they could touch it, they couldn't eat any, I should clarify. So whenever they had the urge, they would look at it, they would acknowledge, I'm craving this. And then they would say, but they would breathe, practice your breathing, especially that, like, I call it kind of my meditation breathing, where you count to 7, breathe in for 7, hold it for 7, then breathe out slowly for 7. It's kind of doing that. And then you go, okay, I don't need this right now. And you just wait. You put that urge, you pass by that urge and go on. And the fact that you're waiting, at first it might seem a little like, but you keep doing that. And that's why it's called surfing the urge. You're basically pushing yourself a little further along each time to where you wait it out, and eventually the waiting surpasses the craving. So let me know if you've heard of that, and if that's something that you will start practicing, because the theory is the longer you practice this, that it eventually becomes kind of like those urges, those cravings eventually weaken to the point where they go away. So I thought that was really good. I'm going to definitely use that, you know, next time. And again, it could not just food. It could be if you're having that negative self-talk, which I have ran over here as well. And you could do that next time you have some kind of negative thought come in your head. Say, you know what? I heard that's what my ego, because it comes from the ego. That's what my ego's saying about me. I'm going to breathe. And I'm just going to wait this out and know that, hey, this isn't accurate. This is not me. I could get past this and just wait out that urge. So I'm excited. I always love learning new little tips and tricks. So again, I want to see your comment and what you think. Happy Thursday, y'all. It is a great day. I want to do a huge shout out. A channel subscriber went to my Etsy page, which I believe is linked below, and they bought something. So thank you so very much. You know who you are. I really appreciate it. That does help. So I appreciate that. So thank you very, very much. And I can't wait for you to get the package, and I hope you love it too. So today I'm breaking my fast. It's like 1:30, and I've got here kefir. I've already taken a sip or two, but it was almost a half a cup. It was the rest of my Kelowna brand, or Kahona brand, however you say it. But it was the rest of my Kahona brand. And so I had that. I'm trying to see here. So I had that, and I mixed in some turmeric. So he did get me some new kefir, and it's the Lifeway one. So I'll be trying the Lifeway kefir for the next week. So I'll let you know which is my favorite. I do enjoy trying all these different brands, right? And then the other thing I got here is avocado. So I'm going to eat this avocado, and I just put some seasoning, some olive oil, some fresh herbs. And so I'll eat that, and then I think for lunch, basically going to have like a salad again, y'all. I know, like, who am I having these salads? But it's a good time of year, so I will talk to you then. For lunch today, I've got 4 slices of thick bacon that I chopped up, you know, nice chunks. And then under here, I've got 2 servings of my sauerkraut. A serving of my kimchi is under here somewhere. There it is. And then basically half a thing of radicchio. Isn't that good? So radicchio, not only is it pretty low in carbs, but it also is great for, look, I've got two silverwares here. It's great for vitamin K. So I've just been incorporating it. Dr. Mindy Pelz recommends it, and when I see it at the store, because it's not always available, then I grabbed it. And then underneath, I made a dressing. So the dressing is, I did the chosen mayo, and then I added some of that bacon grease to thin it out. And then I've also got various seasonings and a little bit of apple cider vinegar. And then I'm just going to toss this all together to coat it in that dressing I made. Dinner tonight, we've got bone-in ribeye underneath that beautiful duck egg. Well, it's not as beautiful because as you can see, my yolk broke. Sad. And then I've got some sauerkraut, pickled ginger, kimchi. Oh, excuse me. And then I made some herb butter mayo. And that's dinner. And then to drink, my 1877. Happy Friday. It's Friday. So excited. I always get super excited on Fridays because it's going to be the Friday night feast, y'all. If you don't already, come join us on Friday night. We go for hours. You can pop in and out as you see fit. So I would love y'all to come over. I assume most of you probably do. Comment below if you don't come to our Friday night feast. It's okay, no judgment. I'm just curious, like how many of y'all that watch the Warden Report also come to the Friday night feast. So yes, it is Friday. Drinking my coffee. Gotta have that. It's already 1 p.m. Like, time is flying by. I did pour my coffee, I think, about 11:30. So I'm still sipping on it. That's why I like this metal tumbler, because it does keep it warm. So yes, that's what I am doing today. I'll have my lunch pretty soon. I've got another avocado, and I've got some special things that you'll get a sneak preview on. I'm so happy. And then, yeah, and if you didn't already, because by the time this comes out, tonight's Friday Night Feast, you would have seen, hopefully. So I talk about it more in the Friday Night Feast, but just in case you missed it, I've already told a few other people, and I can't remember if I mentioned it the Friday before, but I made sure I did tonight. But basically, we want to start having, like, where we host somebody and they come in and join us and have like a cook-along, a virtual cook-along with everybody else in the chat can, watch. And I kind of got this idea because a few weeks ago Radical Geek Maitreya was saying that since we can't go to KPL, she was still going to set up that on the Friday night live, that she was still going to go live with us and then have people kind of circle in and out, which I thought, I love that, because the last 2 years when we did go to KPL, that's what we did. We went live, and we would tell everybody that we could that was at KPL, you know, hey, come stop by and pop in on our lives. Like, we had Dr. Berry before, Two Crazy Ketos, Ketochow, and tons of y'all, anybody who was attending. So it's so much fun. So I was like, you know, that would be fun, is maybe not every Friday, but maybe once a month. What I want to do is get with someone. I mean, they don't even have to have their own channel. You just have to have a way to stream. So I would send an invite through StreamYard. So I don't think you have to be subscribed to StreamYard, but you have to have the capability with like either your phone or computer and internet where you would be able to actually stream. So, you know, kind of a higher internet access so that it comes through clearly. So anybody could do this. Anyone in the Hungry Horde, if you are interested in that, my thinking is you'll send us an email, and it's down below in the description, and say, yeah, I'm interested in doing this. And then we let you decide what we're going to cook that week. And then we just kind of cook and chat together and chat with everybody in the chat. So I think that'll be fun. What do y'all think? Give me your comments below, what you think, especially as a viewer. And if you know other channels that you think that would be cool to kind of come in and do that with us, let them know too, and tell them to send us an email. And then that brings up my second thing, and that is I've been watching a lot of homesteading, right? Like the things that pop up on YouTube. So of course I've dove into this hole, and they do a lot of collaborations. And I feel like when I first started keto 4 years ago, it seemed like channels did a lot of collaborating, but I don't see it as much anymore. Like they'll say every once in a while somebody will do a collab, or they'll kind of talk about it, but it's not really like what I get from the homestead community. Is it's very much everyone's really involved, and they like do this on a pretty regular basis where they really collab and come together and talk about it and all. So I kind of wanted to do that. What do y'all think? So with other channels, just doing like a monthly collab and coming up with, okay, so this month, just for example, I'm just spitballing here, but maybe this month it's a burger collab. So everybody do their own version of burgers. I do know somebody did do a collab not too long ago for chaffles, but I want to kind of do this on a consistent basis where we could just support each other and really show that in the keto carnivore community that we are a community. Sometimes I get the feeling that it's a little detached, that everybody has their own channel and they stay in their own lane, and when it's not really like that. And I feel like collabs is a way for us to all come together and be like, hey, look, you know, we're all cooking like at each other's houses. Or one person I heard today, she is like really sweet. It was, I'm going to jack up her channel name, but it was like, a girl goes farming. Let me see if I can get it again. Let's see. Becoming a Farm Girl. Somebody might have heard of her. But anyhow, she was saying, like, sometimes when she goes on YouTube to watch stuff, like checking on other channels that are in the homesteading, she said it's like visiting friends. And I was like, I like that analogy, because that's kind of like how I feel too. Like when I go and watch different YouTube channels throughout the week, it's kind of like checking in, like, ooh, they put out a new video. Let me watch, see what they're doing and how they're going throughout their journey and so forth. And so I think that would be fun. Let me know your comments below if that's something you all would enjoy seeing, is more collabs and more kind of coming together as a community. I feel like we kind of need to break down like the digital walls and just show, you know, hey, we're all together. We're making this together. We're doing this together, and just have fun with it, right? That's what I'm hoping. So again, I look forward to your feedback. Let me know, give a comment below, and I'll show you my food in a little bit, y'all. So to break my fast today, I have got my kefir. I have already taken a couple sips, but it's a half cup of the Lifeway kefir along with a teaspoon of turmeric. And it's a turmeric blend that has the black pepper with it, because I've heard you have to have black pepper with it. And I get it, or I did get it at the farmer's market like last year. I don't think she's still at the farmer's market, so I don't even know if she's still in business. But anyways, I'll find another way of getting it. In fact, I've been thinking of doing my own turmeric. Oh, but anyhow, and then I've got my avocado. Y'all, I freaking love avocado. If you didn't know, I was carnivore. So altogether, I started keto February of 2019. And then I think, trying to think here. I think it was actually November of 2020, we went carnivore. Gosh, time flies. And I did carnivore for until, well, is that right? No, I'm trying to think here. Maybe it was November of 2019. Think so. So yeah, February 2019 we started. And then you do as you do, and you follow all these people. And then November of 2019, we actually went carnivore, because at the time Sean Baker put out this like challenge, and we were like, oh, we could do it. And we had a cruise, and we even stayed carnivore on the cruise in 2019. And then I stayed carnivore for until January of 21. And then that's when I got my coach Samantha. Then we worked through things, and I was still being very high protein at the time, because I was like, oh, I have to get high protein. Everybody says I have to have, like, you know, my body weight in protein. And it's only through, like, I was very like pushed back on her. Like, I was like, no. And she's like, look, I want you to start traditional keto and blah blah blah. And I was just like, oh no, well, what's what I'm going to do, because I really believe this. And you know, through trial and error, we found out now for me and my body, at least right now, high fat is the way to go, in the moderate protein. So very much a more traditional keto with the traditional macros as well. But the only thing is I'm doing closer to an 80% fat. So then it's only like, it's between 15 and 19% protein, just depending on how much veggies I'm getting, you know, which is where the carbs are at, right? So been doing that, and again, just a lot of trial and error, which is why it's great to have a coach, because you go through those things and really work things out. And Samantha is great. She's really good at working with you, listening to you, and doing what needs to be done, right? And if you haven't, go back. We actually had a live with Samantha. Go see her live. I thought it went really well. She gave lots of great information. So, you know, if you feel like you're at a point like you think, or maybe you just feel like you're not as successful and in your journey as you feel like you could be, or you want to be, then go watch that live with Samantha Souza, and a coach might be a good option for you. So anyhow, long story short, yeah, I was carnivore for over a year. It wasn't the best for me, honestly. Like, did I feel good? Yes. I definitely was not getting enough fat. So if you are doing carnivore and you feel like you're like, things just aren't as great as, you know, these other carnivores go on and on about, maybe check your fat. And I know a lot of times what's appealing with carnivores, you're not supposed to track, but I would say track a little bit just to see where is your fat. Because honestly, at the time, I was really not getting enough fat. I was probably almost in the range of protein poisoning because my fat just wasn't there. Even having just basic fatty meat was not enough fat. So definitely that impacted me. Probably, I mean, if I wanted to do it again, that's what I would do, is just kind of focus on making sure I was still getting 80% fat, which a lot of the veterans, like I didn't listen, a lot of the veterans, and I consider a veteran carnivore anyone who's been doing it for over a decade. So somebody who's like only been doing it for 6 months or a year or 2 years, I mean, they've got some knowledge, but they're not veterans to me. Veteran is, they're tried and true. They've done it for over a decade. So, and they'll tell you, yeah, we always say 80% fat. So just something to consider. So anyways, I kind of would not do it again, mostly because I do enjoy avocados. I enjoy the fermented foods that I've been eating, the kimchi, the sauerkraut, the kefir. Well, kefir would be carnivore. But anyways, I'm enjoying all of those. And I think it is good for my gut bacteria and my gut biome. So I don't feel like carnivore would be optimum for me. That's my thinking. Everybody has their own journey. That's why you have to explore these things. And which, you know, I have explored those different things because, you know, I went keto and I was seeing actually amazing results when I first went keto. And actually when I transitioned to carnivore, then the results actually started reversing themselves. So it was not a positive experience. Felt good. The weight kept coming back on. And some other things just didn't work out. But I kept pushing, thinking, well, everybody says it's the best thing to do. Everybody, Sean Baker, all these people were saying a carnivore's the greatest thing in the world. It's the optimum health. And I think what it comes down to, again, this is why I'm not a dogmatic person. That's why we're not dogmatic here, because I don't feel like there's any one true way. I really feel like you have to explore for yourself what makes you feel good, what gives you that mental clarity, what gives you that skin that you love, that energy that you need, that, you know, helps show even physical changes, like having that good body recomposition, losing those inches, your hair looks good, like all of those things you have to explore for yourself. I could say, I think the general consensus amongst everybody. So when I even hear people who are plant-based, right? People who are keto, people who are carnivore, and everything in between, paleo, everything, even the homesteady channels, they will tell you the consensus is avoid processed foods, like plain and simple. So now there's some speculation as far as seed oils. I'm on the side that I really think seed oils like canola oil and soybean oil are not good for you. For not only the reason that they're basically rancid oils by the time you use them, but also we know like soy is horrible in oxalates, and you know that, which is soybean oil, right? And then canola oil is from corn, and we just know those items on their own aren't really for optimum health. So why would the oil be any better, right? So I'm kind of on that side of things. So again, if you eliminate those and processed foods and you're left with whole ingredients, I think most everyone I have seen where they avoid all of those processed. So I'm saying even keto processed food, y'all. So even avoiding the prepackaged, boxed, bagged keto stuff. When you go to the stores and it says keto on it, don't get it. When you're looking at products, don't get the keto products. Like, those things should really, really be a treat form, a moderation form. Like, to me, that's going off plan, because I got one of those MCT bars, which are hard to find now anyways. Or I got one of those, I'm trying to think of the other one, the Think Keto or the Choc Zero, or, you know, those things that people tend to get. That to me is going off plan, because then I'm treating myself. So it should be a rare occasion, in my opinion, to have a keto treat. And yes, like I know we always suggest keto brick and keto chow. I would even go as far as, like, I would limit that as well. I mean, yeah, they're very tasty, but again, it's a processed food. So if you keep it to a one ingredient, I think that's what lends to, sorry, somebody's trying to call me. I think that's what leads to more of a healthy balance towards your life. I understand that, you know, these processed foods are convenient and easy, but honestly, your body bioavailability, is it going to come from a powder? Is it going to come from some kind of pill? That's why Dr. Berry even says, no powders, pills, or potions. It really should be like, if you're wanting protein, have some eggs, have some bacon. Like, seriously, that's going to be your best option than trying to use a product. And I feel like when we are incorporating more products overall, even if they're keto compliant, I feel like then you can improve your health even further if we avoid those. And that's kind of the consensus, again, that I'm getting from everything from vegetarians all the way down to carnivores, is avoiding those processed foods and sticking to one ingredient foods. So things that you know, your ancestors would have had access to. They wouldn't have had access to having a treat, right? 1,000 years ago, those weren't available like that. So just my thoughts. Again, I'd love to hear your feedback, your thoughts. What do you think? And I don't want to come across as like I'm trying to tell you what's right for you. No, again, find what works for you. If working for you is having that keto treat every day, every week, and it's keeping you on task and you are feeling good, because that's the number one thing, is you have to evaluate, how are you feeling? How is your health? How's your mental clarity? How's your energy? If it's on par, if it's what you want, then don't feel like you need to change anything. If your answers to those questions are, well, yeah, I've been getting hazy in the morning, or, oh, I'm experiencing headaches, or, oh, I just feel so tired, or, you know, whatever the multitude of reasons. Or maybe if you're a woman that's still menstruating, maybe you're like, yeah, my cycle's been wonky, or, you know, my bowels have been wonky. Those different things, if you're experiencing that, that's when you need to then step back in a non-emotional state and say, okay, what could be contributing to not feeling my optimal lately? And it might not even be food related. It could definitely be stress related. I mean, stress is a huge one. So if it is, then you go, okay, what can I do to mitigate this? What can I do to get over this? Just my thoughts. I can't wait to read you. All right, my lunch today, it's a lot. There were 7 slices of bacon left. I was like, well, I really only wanted like 5, maybe 6, but I was like, can't leave a lonely one. And he said he was full. So I guess I have to suffer.
Can I have a piece?
Yeah, I'll give you a piece then. And so I've got that. This is that butter mayo. And then look at these new little additions. I've got some cauliflower here and zucchini salsa, all fermented. And then, of course, my kimchi and my sauerkraut. So my goal is to try to have 4 to 6 servings of fermented foods a day. So this definitely got me on task for that. Y'all, I just got to, or just leaving the farmer's market, rather. I got more duck eggs. Super excited about that. Okay. And then, let me see how I put all of this. See, he did give me a cooler. Looks good. So, one thing I am excited about, y'all, another booth. You know how I like to change things up. But they have got, if I can move this out of the way. Sorry, y'all. Kimchi. That looked great. And she said her mother actually makes it and it's pretty spicy, so I'm excited. Happy Saturday. It has been a busy day. I made it to the market, showed y'all some of that I got, and then got home and just busy prepping everything, making a new batch of ginger. I got this huge hand of ginger. It was like almost a pound. And then I've got, for my lunch today, I did just drink some kefir, so I didn't record that, but I've got my avocado here. I sprinkled some turmeric and some flat iron seasonings. And then I've got 4 slices of bacon, sauerkraut. This is the new kimchi I got at the farmer's market. Some of that butter mayo. And then over here, kind of hiding, let me see if I can, there we go. That's a fermented zucchini salad or zucchini salsa. So I'm excited about that. I've got my coffee. And then look at this, y'all. This is so cute. Thank you, Sharon. She sent me these napkins. Aren't they adorable? I love it. So I'm probably going to open it just so I can use one. It's so cute. I mean, that is me. I don't know who keeps getting my photo and using it, but I mean, it's adorable. Thank you, Sharon. Guess what, y'all? I've got a Bath and Body Works unboxing. This is for the Halloween. So mine, even though I ordered the new release date, they took forever sending mine to me. Like a lot of other people said that, oh, I already got mine, but for some reason they were like, oh, not for Shelly. We're gonna wait. So let's see what all I got, y'all. I'm so excited. So I've got the soaps were on sale. I think they were $3.25 each. Ooh, Moonlit Graveyard. And Perfect Pumpkin. So I think I ended up getting like 7. Or maybe they were 2 for $5. I don't remember now. Wicked Vanilla Woods. I love the pictures on these. Moonlight Graveyard again. Oh, I got a gel instead of a foam. Oh, well. Spellbinding Sweets. Isn't that cute? And then, well, I got 6 of them. A Ghoul Friend. I love Ghoul Friend. That's probably one of my favorite scents. Ooh, oh, I do have another one. Yay, Vampire Blood. I like that one too. Look at that picture. So there's 7 of those. And then I think these were on sale for $3.25. The little refill wallflowers. So I got kind of a variety of scents. This is Vampire Blood. So, or maybe they were the ones that were, you buy 5. I don't know. Ghoul Friend. Again, that is like my favorite scent. And I think I got 2 of the Ghoul Friends. Oh. Pumpkin. And, yeah, here's the Ghoul Friend again. And then, let's see what else is in here. So that's just filler. And then this, oh, I know what this is. It's for somebody's birthday, so I can't show it. I can't show it because she'll be watching. But hopefully she has an outlet. And then, let's see what else I got. Oh, yeah. I did kind of open this since I would be filming with one hand. But I am super excited about this one. It's the soap holder. Let me take it out of the plastic. Which this one they put in a box. I was surprised some of the other items they didn't put in the box. But I was like, oh, at first I was thinking we'd put this in the kitchen. But then Heath was like, yeah, but then it might fall. So we might be changing out. But look at this. Isn't that so pretty? Look how the detail all the way around. I love this. So then we're just going to get one of these soaps, and then, oops, you can see the full effect here, y'all. Isn't that so neat? All right, Sam. And then, and again, why didn't they put this in a box? Oops, sorry, y'all. I guess they were like, well, with this bubble stuff, wow, they got it, is it like sealed up in there? I think they pressed it in a seal. Okay, let me put this down and unwrap it. Finally got that off. Which I hate destroying it because I love reusing bubble wrap. But this, it's called Midnight Spell. This is the only candle I got because, you know, their candles are expensive. But I like that the lid is actually wrapped as well. So there's the candle, 3 wick. So those are large candles that are like $27. There's the lid. Now this, the main reason I bought this one was for the freaking lid. I mean, look at that. Isn't that, like, this year the theme is snakes. And I am loving. So I'm definitely going to be keeping this jar because of the lid. And because normally I'll clean them out and then either give them away or whatever. But this one, I got to keep it. That's just so awesome. I love that it's like this black matte finish. And the smell is really good. And I just love that design. So if you went to Bath & Body Works for Halloween, what did you get from their Halloween collection?
Happy Monday, y'all. This shirt I'm wearing, I guess maybe it's getting too big, but it keeps choking me. Does that happen if a shirt's too big? Does it just like want to go back? I don't know. But anyhow, I love this shirt because it's like so soft. I love like really soft t-shirts, and this one's super soft, and I don't want to stop wearing it, you know. It'll be a dress, that's fine. So I hope your week is starting off just as well as mine. I have to tell you a story though, because I was gonna come in here and I was gonna bring it up on the cook along, and then I just get so excited seeing everyone, so I totally forgot. But scary thing happened on Saturday, y'all. It was so scary. I felt like I nearly had a heart attack. Seriously. Like, oh my gosh. Even now, like thinking back on it, I still get shaky. So, you'll probably know where this is going too, as soon as I say this first line. The lawnman came Saturday morning. Nothing really unusual with that. It's been a few weeks. I don't know what the delay was. Maybe he had to go wherever and he just came back. I don't know. But anyway, so he came Saturday. No big deal. And he was doing, you know, the front and backyard, everything. After they left, to let the dogs out. No big deal. Came back inside. You know, sometimes I do go out with them, but sometimes I'm like, oh, I got to make my coffee. So I make my coffee while they're doing their little business. And it's usually only like 5 minutes or so. And no big deal, right? And then a little bit later, I don't know, a couple hours later or whatever, I let him out again, right? And I'm doing stuff in the house, and next thing I know, and, oh, goodness. Oh, sorry, he sent me something. I'll have to read it in a minute. But anyways, so they're out doing their business, right? And I'm busy doing stuff, and I go to wash my hands, because, yeah, I was actually doing a couple more farm mitts. If you know, you know. But anyways, and I go to the sink to wash my hands, and my sink has a window, and it looks straight out to the busy street, the main street of the subdivision where everybody goes by, right? So very, very busy street, and people here, they just drive like crazy. I look out and I see Delilah in the street. I freaking freak out, right?
I run out, had to open the garage door, and immediately I'm like, Delilah! And I'm yelling, Sam! And because I don't even see Samson. I just see Delilah in the street, and there are cars coming. I am freaking out, right? And I just like yelled as I was running out the door. Thank goodness the kitchen's right by the garage door. But I yelled so that Heath could come too, because I didn't know what was going to happen, right? So I run out there, and she stops, and she looks at me, and she's like, oh, hey, there you are. And so immediately she comes running towards me. I was like, good. And I'm yelling, Sam. And all of a sudden he comes out from like around the cars. So I don't even know where he was at. But as soon as he heard my voice, they both came running. And I just feel so blessed. And then I don't know what I did right to have such amazing dogs that respond when you call them. I mean, they don't always respond in the backyard when I call them. They kind of look me up. But this time, when they were in the front yard, and Sam, like, he's only gotten out one other time. That's a long story. But anyways, this time, when he got out, like, he didn't try to, like, I'm going to explore the world kind of thing. He came running right up and went right into the house. And then Delilah, I know she's always been good, where, you know, she generally doesn't even go out in the front at all. So when she was there, I think she was trying to head to the front of the house, because she was like walking that way. So then when she saw me, she was like, oh my gosh, oh, I'm so happy you're here. And so, yeah, sure enough, the gate that goes in our backyard was like wide open. So I don't know what happened there. I don't know if it got loose or the wind blew it open, but it wasn't locked. But anyways, Heath went and took care of that. I got the dogs in, and, you know, like, gave them lots of hugs and kisses, and gave them a treat for coming to me, so that they realize, oh, when Mom calls, I get a treat. And so, y'all, that was just really scary for me, because I was just like, what if something had happened to my babies? You know, it's scary. So I'm glad nothing did. And from now on, when the lawn men come, got to double check all of that, because who knows, right? So, yeah. See, it's still scary to me even retelling it. So, lots of hugs and kisses to the puppies and kitties out there, and whatever animal that you enjoy having. Hey, y'all. Happy Tuesday. So, it is noon. Having my coffee. I mean, BBBE and E is, I mean, technically it's over, but it really isn't if you're doing a true reintroduction. Like, Heath and I made a list of all the foods he's going to reintroduce, and yeah, it's going to take over a month to reintroduce all the stuff he wants. He is not going to, I don't even think he's going to try the diet sodas. I mean, we know as a community that diet sodas and even the zero ones, they're just not good for you, right? It's got stuff in there that's not healthy. And I think that even outside of the keto community, it's come out that diet sodas are just not healthy, right? So why even reintroduce that? So he's just mainly going to focus on, there's like a list of veggies he wants, seafood, of course, and cheeses, and different things like that. So we're going to go through that, and we've got plans like for this Friday. I think we're doing wings. I could be wrong. Don't quote me. So different things like that. So I'm excited for him. As far as me, I mean, he put out a results video. If you didn't go see that from yesterday, he had great results. I didn't calculate my results. I mean, I do because I have a coach. And so every week on Thursdays, I check in with my coach. I mean, I have been doing phenomenal. I've been doing phenomenal the past month, or ever since the cruise. It's just been, well, even before the cruise, I was doing really good. I really think the intermittent fasting and the fermented foods and just, you know, being conscious of that has really helped. I also think waiting the coffee, you know, past 90 minutes has helped, because I do feel like I might have had some adrenal or cortisol issues. So knowing that when you first wake up, that's when your cortisol is at the highest. So I do try to do my little exercise, like my squats, first thing in the morning when I wake up. So again, just a good way to kind of release some of that cortisol. And then, you know, waiting on my coffee, so that just allowing that cortisol to naturally drop. I think that's helped a lot for me. Anyways, I've been just consistently doing great every week. Like, my coach is really proud of me and everything. And again, I just think it's that, you know, focusing again, like JJ Virgin says, focus on your health and everything else will come into place. And I feel like that's really what's working for me, y'all. And so, yeah, I mean, if you're interested, I could tell you what I ultimately lost just in that month, but it's been a consistent loss since before the cruise. I think I started back in, maybe it was May. No, everything runs together, right? May, April, something like that. It's been consistently getting better, y'all. So doing great. So I guess in 3 months, yeah, I've done awesome in 3 months. So yeah, I'm just really happy about that. So today again is Tuesday, having my coffee. Today I did change it up. Instead of the MCT oil, which that could be helping as well, I put in some butter. So it was some Kerrygold butter we had. So it's so good. So yes, I did that. And of course my cinnamon. Always gotta have my cinnamon, y'all. So that's what's there. And I'll show you when I break my fast in a little bit. But I wanted to focus on my baby. Look at her. Let me see. Get that. So y'all, I told you about the scare I had when they got out, but I have to tell you something else. And I'm going to try not to cry here, right? So last night we were just, you know, chilling out on the couch, and we're actually watching Big Bang Theory. Like, we finished season 1, we're on season 2, right? Heath has never seen it. I've seen it sporadically, right? But he's never watched it. So we're watching it together. Comment below if you have watched The Big Bang Theory. We freaking love it. It's hilarious, right? It makes me wish sometimes, I was like, man, I should have stayed like in college and maybe gotten to the research. Because I had a professor tell me I should do research, but I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to just sit in a lab all day. But now I sometimes wish maybe I should have. But anyhow, long story short. So all of a sudden, Delilah last night was just laying there sleeping like normal. And, you know, she snores when she sleeps. And all of a sudden, she let out this really bad, like, gag. It was like, bleh. And then she kind of, like, just froze up. And it, like, scared me. Like, I was like, was that, like, her taking her last breath? And I, you know, quickly, you know, she was right beside me. And I'm, like, rubbing her. And then she kind of, like, blinks for a second. And then she does another one of those. And just kind of slumps over on me. And I, of course, was just like, oh my gosh. So, but then, you know, I'm rubbing her and everything, and she starts breathing, and she seems okay. So, you know, I got her up. I was like, well, if she is, like, I know, like, for CPAP people that, like, especially me, if I don't have my CPAP, I will sometimes, like, wake up gagging. So I don't know if it was something like that, that she just, like, had stopped breathing because of, you know, her snoring issue. And do they even make CPAP for dogs? I don't know. I don't know how you would do that. But anyhow, so I got her up walking, and I thought, well, that'll help, you know, get the oxygen going. And she was just walking very slow, which she does have, because a couple years ago she hurt her back leg really bad. Kind of, I think she got it caught like in the gate as it was closing. And so every now and then you could tell it bothers her. Like, maybe she's got arthritis in it. And she kind of, not exactly limps, but she kind of like favors that, right? And she goes a little slow. So she's walking really slow with her head down, but she was wagging her tail. And, you know, I'm talking to her, loving on her and everything. And, couldn't get her to really drink anything. Of course, it was night, so didn't know if she really needed to drink anything. So then I, normally she loves ice, and she just would take it in her mouth and then just drop it. And then, oh, Heath is here. I gotta go help him. Oops, sorry, y'all. But anyways, so I'll talk to you while I'm going to see him. So she started like, just walking really slow. And finally, ooh, sorry, it got dark there. Finally, when I got her, later on, when I was refilling my water, she heard the ice and she came, not running, but, she came quickly-ish. And she took ice then, and she ate the ice and ate half of Sam's, because Sam's, if his drops on the floor, he's like, oh, I don't know what to do if it's dropped on the floor. So she did eat that. So I'll finish this once I'm done helping Heath here. All right, done helping Heath. So he was bringing in groceries, and then plus he's got to get to his doctor's appointment. So just quicker if I help, right? So back to Delilah. So I was really scared last night. Didn't know how the night was going to go, right? She went to bed. She got in her bed. She seemed comfortable. Of course, I kept checking on her, so I didn't sleep well last night. But I kept checking on her, and she was still breathing. Her nose last night, her nose was wet. It was cool. I wouldn't say that it was like, it wasn't hot and it wasn't cold. It was just cool, warm, but it was wet. Her gums looked good. They were pink and black. She's got a lot of black inside. And her tongue was nice and wet. So I think, and she didn't sound like she was having trouble breathing. Like there was no rattling or anything like that. So I don't know. I was just really scared. So woke up this morning. She was still alive. So it was like, y'all. Like, she is my baby. I mean, I have lots of dogs, right? I love all of my dogs, but I adopted her when she was only 6 months old, and I just remember she was just this cute little shy little 6-month-old puppy in a crate, and just very timid. And I got her, and she immediately, of course, took up with me. And I, brought her home. I already had 2 other dogs because I'm crazy like that. And brought her home, and, she just fit right in with my little family at the time. And she just always been such a sweetheart. Just the sweetest dog ever. I mean, she just, she's my dog. She's my baby. So I've had her, I think she's 12. Maybe she's 13. I lose track of these things, but I'm thinking she's 12. But anyways, so I know she's getting up there, right? Sorry for the hair that's waving to y'all. So I know she's getting up there, right? And that's why I think about 3 years ago, I switched her to, raw food, and trying to make, I feel like that's a lot healthier of an option. So I was hoping that would help her a great deal. And I think it has. I mean, her coat's always gorgeous, and, so, and it did help her lose weight because she was a little overweight. Labs tend to put on the weight, right? So she was kind of getting up there, and then helped her get down to what the vet would be happy with, right? So yeah, so she's doing well. And this month I do have a vet appointment. It's her annual checkup and everything, so that's probably good. So she was awake today, and she was still moving slow. So I don't know if whatever happened just kind of like shocked her, and she's just like, okay, I don't need to go running around, or it's just such a change. Because like yesterday before, she was like jumping and doing her hopping. She hops when we feed her, getting her a little excited, hop, 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 and, doing a little bit of running, jaunts. But today she's still taking it slow. So I don't know if that gag, like kind of, maybe it pulled something, because she just seems like she's really, really cautious. So she's very cautious when she walks, and like I went outside with her this morning, and Heath was there in case we need to, you know, get her, because there's a little step from our deck into the grass. So he was there in case he needed to lift her up, but she didn't. She just was really cautious about it, took it really slow, and she went to the restroom. And then again this morning at my break, I took her back out, and I was with her the whole way. Like, she wants me to walk with her, so I'm walking with her, and she, you know, took the step, and just, again, very, very cautious. She went to the restroom, so she's doing great there. Drank some water. Of course, she ate her breakfast, but she wasn't like her usual, you know, hoppy self. I mean, she was happy, obviously. She was like, oh, good, I get to eat. And she ate it all, which is awesome. So she definitely still has her hunger. And in fact, in my morning break, when I take them out, I gave her a liver treat, and she ate that right up. And, you know, loves that still. So I do supplement with liver, and then I have this other thing. There she is. I have this other thing that's supposed to have like glucosamine in it to help with their joints and so forth. So she's still eating those. She's drinking. I did add a little salt to her morning food. I do that occasionally as well. I've heard that that's good for dogs. And but today she's mostly just been laying down. You see, like that, just kind of sleeping. Maybe she, you know, needs that to just kind of rest and help herself get better. So just, y'all, put your prayers, your vibes, your mojos, whatever it is that you do, just send that all her way. Give her all those healing thoughts, and hopefully she'll get better. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm tearing up. And I know, again, she's 12, maybe 13, so I know. But I still want, you know, a few more years, right? It's never long enough with our animals, right? It's never long enough. So, I'm going to end it right here. All right, y'all. I am breaking my fast today. And I've got my kefir, roughly half a cup. And I did add in my turmeric there. Yum, yum, yum. This is the Lifeway brand. I have to say, I was really hesitant about Lifeway just because you find it everywhere. I'm kind of like, I don't know. That seems pretty commercial. But the taste is really good. So I'm happy with it. I would get it again. I still feel like Kelowna is my favorite. But y'all, I think I'm going to start making kefir. I just have to get the grains and all, and I'll probably do it like next paycheck. But yeah, I definitely want to make my own. And then I'm also going to have this avocado. You see, it has a little bit of, that's all right. What's that going to hurt, right? And then I've got some turmeric on it. You see, I got a little heavy-handed there. And then I also got flat iron seasoning of their garlic. And I think a couple hot peppers. I think jalapeno and something else. So, yeah, that's what I'm breaking my fast with. Excited. And things I've heard, if y'all haven't already, especially if you have issues where you're like, oh, I can't eat nightshades. I can't eat dairy. I can't eat these certain things. Or I have arthritis or so forth. Go look up Mindy Pell's, her Resetter podcast with Dr. William Davis. He has some great information, and I can tell you, kefir's going to help. So just some ideas. It's always good to keep learning and hear other options out there. There's never a guarantee that whatever you're hearing is going to be the fix-all for everything, but I'm always like, well, it's worth trying, right? All right, y'all, here's my official lunch. I've got 3 Purnell sausages. I have missed you guys. And then I did top them with some butter mayo. You can see it's already melted, and I did put the grease in here as well. Got a little bit of the goat cheese, sprinkled it all with some turmeric and salt, and then onto my fermented stuff. So I've got sauerkraut, kimchi. This was from the farmer's market, the second person I went to. I'm really liking this one. Some ginger that I've pickled. Then I've got my peppers that I fermented and a tomato that I fermented. So I'm excited to try this tomato I fermented, see how it did. Tuesday dinner, y'all. We got those T-bones. Heath picked them up at Kroger on sale today. Some kimchi and ginger. And then basically the herbs you see, that's thyme. And I've got some garlic clove, butter. That's what I cooked it all in. And then on the side here, this is a Turkish dish. I'm not even going to pretend to know how to even pronounce it. But basically, the bottom is yogurt, preferably Greek yogurt, mixed with, I did garlic and thyme and salt. And then you can thin it out, but I felt like it was already thin enough. And then I have some goat feta around it. And then in the middle, I poached an egg. And then it's a duck egg. And then I made a butter sauce. It's basically just seasoned butter, melted, and then poured on top. Doesn't that look so good? Wow, that was really good. So the dish with the poached egg and the yogurt is called Turkish chilbur. Chilbur. I don't know. I'm not really good at rolling my R's. But anyways, if you would be interested in seeing me do a video on how to do it, it's really, really easy, y'all. And what a good dish. I mean, that's the first time I've actually ever poached an egg, and it was super simple. Like, just really easy. So I did that. And then the yogurt mix. I mean, just what a great way to incorporate a fermented food like yogurt into a great dish. And it said in Turkey that this is often a breakfast dish. So you imagine that, like here in the US, we want to have cereal, but over in Turkey, they're serving Greek yogurt topped with a poached egg and a chili oil. I mean, I would have been thrilled as a child to have that as breakfast, or, you know, even as an adult, having that as breakfast. That's like a stellar breakfast, right? Let me know what you think. So I was really excited when I saw that. It popped up on my YouTube recommendations, and I watched this gentleman do it. I forget his channel, but it was really good. So I'm glad I did that, and I am thoroughly stuffed. That was really good. And that's been another week. I hope y'all enjoyed this week, and leave me comments. And if you're new here, or any, hit that subscribe button, so you never know what we'll come up with. And then everybody hit the thumbs up for me, please. That really helps our channel. Share this video too if you know anybody who would like to listen to me ramble. Share the video. So thank y'all so much again for watching. I really enjoy doing these videos, and I really enjoy, sorry I got hiccups, I really enjoy y'all's comments as well. So please stay tuned to see all of our wonderful channel members. Thank y'all so much again for your continued support. It is awesome. And if you want to be a channel member, hit that join button. We have all kinds of fun things that we do with our channel members, and so I'd love to have you join us. And thank y'all again. Have a great week, and do the hashtag, if you listen to here, do hashtag Turkish.